Blog Talk Radio.
Tell you how we do it. There ain't nothing to it. We're gonna get right to it. You ready? You ready? This is the ProMMANow.com radio network.
It is that time again. We missed last week. I feel so bad. But now we have this week more than two events, but two events that we're going to talk about this weekend. Trotter Legacy goes down in the big city of Richmond, Kentucky, Saturday night at the Armory. First show that I've been to in Richmond in my days of covering local MMA. I'll be there. Juan Valley will be at IT Fight Series in Lima, Ohio. Tonight we're going to talk about both cards. First hour, we're going to talk Trotter Legacy. AFS Academy's Dustin Short's going to join us in just a second. Jesse Ray Childry will return to the program to talk about his sophomore appearance as a professional. And the man himself, Anthony Trotter, is going to stop by to talk about the event, the promotion that is, and all that. It goes down right now on Bluegrass MMA Live.
Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Fighters first, fans always. The Ohio Valley's #1 source for MMA. Broadcasting on the ProMMANow.com radio network. Brought to you by Bangtown Fightwear. This is Bluegrass MMA Live. And now, here are your hosts, Juan Valley and Gary Thomas.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us, and I love you for it. It's Tuesday, July 29th, closing out July with a bang as we move into August and then fall and Christmas and my birthday. You know how it is. Time flies by. Tonight, as always, we're sponsored by Bangtown Fightwear. Be sure you check them out at BangtownFightwear.com. Also, the show's brought to you by Audible.com. Over 150,000 audiobooks. They've got your traditional books. They've got your podcasts. They got stand-up comedy, graphic novels, whatever it is. It's there for you. And being a loyal listener, that will get you 1 free audiobook and 30 free days of Audible service. If you go to www.audibletrial.com/ProMMANow. And we're off and running. It feels weird taking a week off, but Juan was at an event. It was pretty dicey. Some drama. If you don't know what I'm talking about, head over to BluegrassMMA.com where you can read the back and forth between a promoter and a matchmaker. They got into a scuffle. Plus, you get all the event results from that event. As we look ahead to this weekend, excited to be in Richmond, Kentucky. Huge card set out by Anthony Trotter and company. I'm excited to be there. I hope you're excited to be there. Why not go right into our first interview? He represents AFS Academy. He's an undefeated ass kicker. He is Dustin Short. Dustin, what's up, man?
Hey, not much.
It's fight week, Tuesday. You and Adam getting ready to go scrap. How are things in Richmond, Kentucky?
Everything's going good.
Don't be bullshitting. You can do better than good. Is it hard? You tired? Hungry?
Yeah, a little bit. Especially as the weight goes this week, it's starting to drain me a little bit, but I'll be good by Saturday.
How hard is that on you? Like, what's it take out of you?
Not too bad, really, because I don't really cut a whole lot of weight. I cut maybe 20 pounds, so
shit,
it's not too bad.
20 pounds? That's like a 1-year-old, right? That's a lot of weight.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you do it kind of last minute? Do you diet down throughout your whole camp? What works for you?
I diet down to about down like 15 pounds away, and then I'll cut maybe 5 that week, and then cut the rest 1 or 2 days before the weigh-ins.
So it's not like the day of weigh-ins you're scrambling in the sauna, taking those nasty baths, trying to wait till the last second.
Yeah, I do all that, but I try to cut down a little bit. That way it's not too bad.
A procrastinator. I know some of your teammates do the water loading stuff. Do you partake in that? Drinking like 92 gallons this week?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Today's the last day. I'm drinking 2 gallons a day so far.
Is that hard? Like, I have to drink room temperature water, and I would much rather have like, you know, a Polar Pop or something like that. Like, do you find yourself having to just force yourself all the time just to make sure you're drinking water because you're pissing the whole time too? It's got to be like a bad dream sometimes.
It's not too bad really. I don't have too much trouble with it. It's a lot better than the day of the weigh-ins and having to go without it all day.
What's the big reward after weigh-ins? You know, what's as you start to rehydrate and you can eat and do all that stuff? What's that reward that you look forward to afterwards?
I'm just ready to rehydrate and get something to eat once I weigh in and get some rest and get ready for the fight the next day.
Do you have a go-to meal or a go-to spot you go to eat after weigh-ins, or is it just whatever?
Not really. I still try to eat kind of somewhat healthy after weigh-ins, and then I save all the good stuff after the fight.
All right, don't lie, because lying's the devil. How's your diet outside of training camp? Are you pretty strict, or is it kind of a free-for-all?
No, pretty much just whatever I want.
I knew it. So you said, yeah, I diet down, you know, to where I'm about 15 pounds. Like, well, shit, that's only 5 pounds he's lost. I appreciate a man that eats whatever he wants. Now, it doesn't work for me, but it might work for you.
Yeah.
So,
closer I get to fights, though, I diet a little bit. Just whenever I'm fights far away, I kind of let loose a little bit.
What's letting loose? Give me an example of letting loose for Dustin Short.
Cheeseburgers and French fries and pizza, all that good stuff.
Listen, come live with me. I can get you to super heavyweight in 3 months.
I'm surprised I'm not there already.
You'd be unstoppable, man. Think about it. I don't know how fast you'd be, but what's up? I gotta ask. I was creeping on your Facebook page, you know, trying to keep up, trying to see what Dustin Short's about. Or, you know, Adam Fritz has the mullet. Are you going for a rat tail? You throwing back to the '80s, trying to get, you know, a little rat tail going on? What's up with this?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I got it started the other day, but it's got a long way to go.
Like, how long would you want it to be? Like halfway down your back, down your ass crack?
That'd be awesome. If I can stick with it that long, that'd be cool. But I don't know. I might get rid of it soon. Who knows?
So you're undefeated in MMA. And this will be your first fight this year, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my last one was back in November.
6-0, looking to go 7-0 right there in Richmond. Walk me through, like, what MMA is for you, you know, because some guys like to fight every other weekend if they can. Some guys are more selective. What's the route you're taking?
I'd like to fight more. Just sometimes, you know, some things happen to where I can't train a whole lot, and I'd rather make sure I'm 100% ready for a fight. So hopefully I can start fighting a lot more consistently after this one. Yeah, like, I only plan on taking maybe 3 more and hopefully turn pro sometime next year or sometime soon.
It seems like early in your career, even though you were successful, you took fights a little closer together. You know, you were pretty active in 2011, then 2012. You know, you had fights like it seems like when you do take fights, they're just a couple months apart. How after Saturday, like how active do you want to be?
Maybe a month or two, take another one, and hopefully try to keep that going. Fight every couple of months or so.
You got any tattoos?
Yeah, I got 3 right now.
So, what's this one on your leg about?
It's my party animal tattoo.
A werewolf holding a bottle of whiskey. Is that like your alter ego, or what was your inspiration?
One of my favorite bands have a song called Werewolf, and it's talking about being a party animal and stuff, so it's not finished yet. Still got some work to be done to it.
You started off being a party animal?
What's that?
You started off being a party animal? Or the song starts off being a party animal?
Oh, no, the song, it talks about it.
Is there a party animal side to Dustin Short?
Maybe every now and then.
Define every now and then. Once a month? Once a year?
Yeah.
Once a week?
Something like that.
There's a lot of temptations there in Richmond. Are you from Richmond?
I'm from Berea, but I train in Richmond, so it's right there together pretty much.
All in Madison County there. Have you always trained at AFS?
For the most part. When I was younger, I trained at a few other gyms, but for the most part, I've been at AFS.
When I was younger. You're 21, dude. What's up? When I was younger. Shit. I know today's your teammate Adam Fritz's birthday. When do you turn 22?
Christmas Eve.
Oh, shit. Is that a blessing or a curse to have a birthday right there at Christmas?
It kind of sucks, because you can't really do a whole lot. But then again, New Year's Eve's right around the corner, so I usually hold off till then.
Is that when the party animal comes out? Is that when you come in wearing some cutoff shorts, showing off your werewolf with a bottle of Jack Daniels, ringing in the new year, right? How I know this is like a showcase for the gym. At one time there was going to be, I think 3 or 4 of you guys on the card. It's now down to just you and Adam. But like, what's it mean for you being a guy from there in Madison County, getting to have a show there in Richmond? Kind of like I said, a showcase for the gym where not only can the fans and friends and family come out, but like people that maybe don't know of AFS, like this is a great representation of competition and such. How are you feeling about this event right there in your backyard?
I'm pretty excited. There's going to be, a lot of friends and family and people that I grew up with coming out to watch, so it'll be cool to finally, where they don't have to drive really far away and they can come and watch me fight.
Does that make it more nerve-wracking? I mean, do you get more nervous, more motivated? You seem like a pretty even-keeled kind of guy.
Yeah, I get pretty nervous and stuff for every fight, so really it probably won't be a whole lot of difference.
When do those nerves go away, or do they? After the fight?
As soon as I start walking, as soon as I start walking to the cage, I don't really have any nerves or anything.
You're taking on a guy that your teammates fought, but he's got so many fights under his belt. What's your take on Bobby Rudder?
He's got a lot of experience and everything, so I think most of his losses are by submission, so I'm going to try to mix it up and try to get a knockout. You had the big knockout last year up in Lexington. Followed up with a solid fight with Dylan Osborne where you got the submission.
if you had to, if somebody that's never seen you fight, what would you want to impress on them? Do you want to be a knockout artist? Do you want to be the grappling guru? What's the style that you want people to walk away from? Be like, damn, Dustin Short is a badass blank.
I always try to be really aggressive, and I like to use my power a lot. So I like to go for the knockout anytime that I can.
Gotcha. When you think about, like, you know, Adam being on the card, I know you guys have fought quite a bit. Are you more nervous for you, or are you more nervous for your teammates?
It just depends. I get nervous both ways, really.
Like a cat on a hot tin roof, right?
That's right.
Well, man, the fight is this Saturday. It goes down in Richmond at the Armory. Dustin Short looking to go 7-0. He's 21 years old. He's got a kick-ass tattoo. He's looking to make a statement right there at home. Man, before I let you go, any shout-outs or thank yous or anything you want to throw out there to the listeners?
I'd just like to thank everybody that's helped me train for this fight at AFS Academy and my teacher, Scott Elliott.
A man of few words. I like it. We'll let your fight do the talking.
That works.
We will be there Saturday, my man. Until then, take care and best of luck.
All right, thank you.
There you guys go. Dustin Short. You can follow him on Twitter. And I forgot his handle. I think it's Duddy D Short on Twitter. It's a big event. I feel like it's a big event, at least for Richmond and Madison County. I imagine it's a big deal for AFS and for the competitors there. Great opportunity to not have to travel hour and a half away. And there's a lot of great fights on the card. We've got Jesse Ray Childry coming up at the bottom of the hour. And like I said, we will be there Saturday night. Remember, if you're looking to buy some stuff to look after your health, go to onnit.com. That's ONNIT. You can, if you're looking to enhance your mind, they've got Alpha Brain. They've got Shroom Tech Sport. They've got the new Mood, Shroom Tech Immune, all that good stuff. Hemp Force Protein, I recommend that. Also, if you're looking for fitness equipment, they've got battle ropes. They've got kettlebells. They've got the whole nine. For you, our loyal listener, enter promo code BluegrassMMA, save 10% off any and all supplements over at onnit.com. And with that, we're going to talk to the man behind the scenes, putting everything together for the first Trotter Legacy event. He's with us right now. His second time on the show. It's been 3 years, though, since we talked to him last. Mr. Anthony Trotter. Anthony, what's up, man?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's fight week. You're in a new spot.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
You're in Richmond. You're not back in Jenkins or in Eastern Kentucky. It's kind of a new spot for you. How are things going, man? Now that it's kind of all on your shoulders, how are you feeling about this event Saturday?
Well, there's a lot to it, and like you said, this is a new location. All of our previous shows have been all up and down Eastern Kentucky, Moorhead, Jenkins, Pikeville, Prestonsburg. But I'm pretty excited. It's a totally new group of fighters I'm trying to work with this time. It's like starting from scratch up here. So, ready to go.
Is that more challenging? Like, do you embrace that challenge because there's a good base of fighters there, but you've also got a good group of guys coming from out of town? Has it been more of a headache than you anticipated?
Well, yeah. My brother and I, we promoted for several years. We started in 2004 with the Gladiator Fighting Championships, and we promoted over 30 events together. But he always done the matchmaking and dealt with the fighters. I've done other stuff behind the scenes. And now I'm doing it all, and I'm dealing with the fighters and stuff. And there's a lot of work to it, trying to make sure you get good matchups for people, try to get them as even as possible, and just try to putting a good fight card together is key to a good event. You want to have good fights, or what's the use? You want people to enjoy the fights. So it's been a little challenging, but it's going to be worth it.
Do you find it's maybe a little easier for a guy like you because what people may not know, because it's been a while since they've seen you, but you're a fighter yourself. You've been through that. You've been to other shows. You've been on their side of the table. Does it make it a little easier for you knowing what they have to go through?
Yeah, I think so. I kind of know what I always wanted as a fighter and what I wanted to know. I think I try to remember that and try to put myself in that position. Like, hey, what would I want if I was a fighter? How would I want to be treated? I always try to make sure to treat the fighters that way. We always have, because we was always fighters and always will be, and we want to try to stay that way. Remember where we came from. Now, I've had some other people help me get some, matches together. Adam Gomez helped me get a few guys and stuff. So it's not all been completely on my shoulders, but I've had some help, but it's still been a little bit more challenging than I expected. It's going to be a great show. We got a lot of good fights lined up.
How's the reception been in Richmond? Because they've not had an event in so long, I would think that, the town has to be pretty excited that you're bringing an event right there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, a lot of people. I live here in Richmond now. A lot of people in the community are really excited. So I live here. I'm here in the community every day, Richmond and Berea. There's a really good gym here, AFF Academy. They've been here for years. They got a lot of great fighters, a great trainer there, Scott Elliott. And then there's an up-and-coming gym, some guys training at Madison County Combat. So, there's some excitement in the air. I talk to people every day here in the community, like I said, and I just seen somebody today at a chiropractor's office, and I was there getting worked on, and shows my age, but anyway, yeah. And I seen a guy there, and he would not quit talking about it. I didn't even know who he was. He was just so excited about the event. So somehow he knew who I was. So there's, like I said, there's some excitement in the air. So.
That's always a good thing, right? When they know you, and it's like it's always kind of like, for me, it's flattering that they know who I am. But then again, you're like, well, how the hell do they know who I am?
Yeah. Really, there's a lot of people have been talking about it. I know AFS, so they got a lot of people coming to watch their guys, and I know there's a good fan base coming to watch some of those Madison County Combat guys. And that's just here locally. That's not including some of the fighters from like Georgetown and other areas coming. So
you've got
it's gonna be a great show.
Absolutely, you've got two big pro fights with two of the most popular guys in all of Eastern Kentucky. You've got Jesse Ray Childrey, undefeated professional heavyweight, who's just been on a tear, and then you've got Adam Fritz. Like, if with those two fights headlining your card, like, as a promoter, you got to be excited that you get to sit back and watch this. Oh yeah,
it's always that that's the best part of the event, is just to be able to sit down and watch the event the night of. I'll be doing other stuff as the fight goes, but usually I try to stay around cage side and run stuff at cage side with the announcer. And that's the best thing about being a promoter. You get to watch the fight. So something you worked hard to help put together. You get to see it come together. You get to see good fighters, go build themselves up, get wins, and, sometimes losses. But it's part of it, and it's going to be great to watch. I'm really excited about this fight card. Adam Fritz is a very exciting fighter. I've never seen him fight in person, but, when I started putting this card together and I talked to them at AFS, he signed up, of course, and he wanted to make his pro debut in his hometown. I looked him up on YouTube. He's got what it takes. He's going to be a great fighter for years to come, I believe. He's young still. And then Jesse Ray, I've looked him up too, and he's pretty good. He's a beast, to say the least.
Absolutely. Now, yeah. This is the first event under the Trotter Legacy banner. It's the first event that you're putting on, but you've already what a lot of people don't do. It's like you come to the night of the show, and then you have the event, and people are always asking, well, when are we gonna get to see this again? You're already a step ahead of the game. You're ready to actually go back to Eastern Kentucky after this not looking past this event Saturday, but are you excited about getting back to Jenny Wiley and kind of being back at home?
Oh, yeah, we already got one scheduled, Jenny Wiley, November 22nd. It's going to be great. We've done several shows there. I mean, primarily that's where we've done our promotions, and that's where still primarily most promotions are going to be putting on will be, besides here in Richmond. That's only because I live here now. But Jenny Wiley has always been a great event. The venue is amazing. It's so compact, and everybody is so close to the cage. And, you fit 700 people in a little room around the cage, and the atmosphere is just amazing. The fans down there are amazing in Eastern Kentucky. Always have been. They always will be. They love the sport. So.
Now, not only do you have these two shows coming up, but you're going to make your return. How excited are you for that, to get back in there? Because you were going to fight, on the last card, and now it looks like you're going to get to go to beautiful Charleston, West Virginia, to run in the cage.
Yes, I know Chris pretty good. I fought for Chris for years when I done boxing years ago, and of course he's filtered over to the MMA and started promoting a lot of MMA shows. He contacted me and wanted to know if I wanted to compete in the September 27th show, and I said I would like to. So it's Charleston, Virginia. It's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, we're looking towards me having a professional boxing match in February under Chris, and then also that's going to be in Williamson, West Virginia, and then he's going towards Pikeville and putting on a show, and I'm going to probably headline that card. So that's going to be in March or April, I believe. I don't know if he's finalized that, but he's working on that, and that's something, I'm excited to do. So.
Busy. It's a busy man,
yeah.
Anthony Trotter.
Yeah, I try to stay pretty busy. I got my hands full.
Like the promoting's one thing, but then as you start to get back into training, and you look ahead to camp like that, like how much of the memories kind of flood back in, of your fighting days, and just the motivation that gets you going for a fight.
I mean, we competed for years. I started competing at the age of 16, training 15. And that was boxing, and winning Golden Gloves, fought several tough man contests, fought all over, down Mississippi, Louisiana, everywhere, Atlanta, Northern, Michigan. I mean, so many memories of the road trips with my brother and I, and then my other brother fought briefly, and then people I used to train with us over the years. It's exciting. I'm starting to get the fever back, I guess you could say. I'm diving headfirst into it, and I'm welcoming it. I'm ready to go.
Well, man, it's awesome. We cannot wait to be there Saturday. We're excited about this event. I know that there's an after party set up. You've got some great people behind you. Here's a second to give any shout-outs to those that have helped you put this thing together and are going to help put it on this Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's so many. I don't know where to start. So many sponsors, Gillum's, Jade, Sipples, and then Harley Davidson, Man of War. They've helped out a lot. And then Adam Gomez, who's helped out getting some of these fights together. He's been a big help. And just all the gyms, all the fighters, most of the fighters I've talked to have just been so respectful, and they're just excited for the event. It's going to be a great event.
Trotter Legacy Heat Wave this Saturday night in Richmond. Anthony, thank you so much, man. I'll see you Saturday.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
There you guys go. Anthony Trotter, the man behind the big event Saturday night. We're excited to be there. I'm excited to be there. Juan didn't want to come. That's okay. They don't take kindly to Buckeyes there anyway. Stat card, you'll be able to see more of that. Some of the fight previews. We've got a middleweight title fight between Keith Gilliard and Gerald Yinger. Of course, we've got Adam Fritz taking on Latrell Purdue. Cody Miskell versus Michael Purdue. Solid card. A lot of up-and-comers, a lot of people that you will be familiar with, and a lot of people that will want you to know their name after it's over. One person's name you should know, and that's a fact. Undefeated as an amateur. He's undefeated as a professional. He returns for his sophomore appearance Saturday night, just down the road. He doesn't have to travel too far. Georgetown to Richmond. I'm going to give him the nickname of the Beer Man. Jesse Ray Childry. What's up, man?
How you guys doing?
You think I can make that stick, the Beer Man?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen, I think we can make that happen Saturday night. What? It's fight week, man, and you're working late. What? Talk to me about these struggles. Don't they know what you've got going on?
Man, they have to know, and just must not care. Beer must.
We need beer.
Yeah.
Oh. First of all, congratulations on your professional debut. Such a, when that was announced and, knowing Jim Davis, heavy-handed, I thought it was going to be a much harder task for you, but you shined. Really, man, it was probably one of the best performances I've seen of yours. How good is it to get that behind you? Now you're professional. You've had that debut. You've got the win, and you get to move on.
It's pretty awesome, man. I was going into that fight, 100 miles an hour, and now it's nothing's slowed down the progress now, and then hopefully things will fall into plan and fall into place, and I'll be going 120 miles an hour into this to just keep on going with my fighting career and everything else.
Big guys aren't supposed to go that fast, man. We don't.
Yeah.
you got to slow the jets down. Do you prefer, because they're towards the end, like nobody would fight you, and you had a good amount of time in between fights. Now, you made your pro debut. You're coming back relatively quickly. Do you like that? Taking just maybe a small break and then right back in the gym with something on the horizon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting some fights under my belt, especially as a pro. I was really active when I first started fighting, and then it slowed down, like you said, and now it's looks like it'll be picking up here again soon. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though.
You've got, Triumph is on your side now. You're starting to get some recognition, some sponsors. Is it what you thought it would be? Has anything changed, just as far as now you're a pro fighter? Has training changed? Has, the sponsorship game changed for you? The attention level maybe? What's different Jesse Ray Childry now than, Jesse Ray Childry 6 months ago?
It's a little different. It's not it's nothing like really overwhelming or anything. I got on my first we'll see. I got on my first fight posters. Took me 8 fights to do it, but that was pretty cool. The Triumph sponsor is a blessing, man. It's awesome not to have to worry about if I have enough gear or if all my gear is dirty and then I have to wash it all before I run to practice or anything like that. So it's awesome to have stuff to train in all the time now and not really struggle with that, I guess. And then their stuff is top notch, man. All my gloves tear apart on the inside and stuff and just break apart, and then I haven't had any problems with any of their gear they've sent me, so it's pretty cool.
And it's not like they just sent you like a shirt and some shorts. You got loaded up. I've seen the pictures. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've been looking forward to, is just because, man, this isn't a cheap sport, I guess, but if you're buying stuff for yourself, so it's awesome to not worry about that and then being able to focus on training a little more, you know.
You know, we talked about it just a little bit, but you know, you still work full time. You know, I see you get off work, you go right to the gym. What's that challenge like for you? Because I mean, it's nothing new. You've been doing it for a while, but as you kind of elevate up the food chain, it's got to be a little difficult, right?
Yeah, it's definitely on my mind a little more. It's nice to it's nice to be able to get off practice in time to like sit down for a second, pack my bag, take my time and everything, and then and now it's just nice to be able to make it to practice, you know, 10 minutes late. So it's just, I don't know what it is. It's, this beer season's picking it up or something. I don't know. So.
Oh, where do you find time to sleep, son?
At night, a couple 5-6 hours if I'm lucky.
Because you gotta wake up early. Not only do you get off work late, you gotta be there early.
Yeah. Yeah, sure do.
The life of a working man. But to be young again, you've got youth on your side.
Yeah, we'll see how long it'll last.
Oh man, you know, you get. I feel like Richmond's relatively close. You know, it's not like you really have to travel as far as some people do. You know, you get, you know, up in that headlining spot, like you said, you're front and center on the poster. Like 2-0 as a pro, that's a big deal. How important is this fight to you to kind of keep that momentum going?
I mean, just like, you know, every fight prior, it's the most important fight to date. So that's how I'm treating it. That's how I'm training for it. But yeah, it's really important to keep that going. Hopefully, God willing, 10-0.
Wow. Just think, you were fighting super heavyweight on 10 minutes notice like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What? Listen, I know one thing about your opponent, all right? And I'm sure you've heard this story, but it was at a gladiator event, one of Anthony's shows back in 2011, I believe. Your opponent was fighting now official referee, judge, Les Stapleton, and man, he went right for the old gonads on him. Got disqualified for punching him in the junk. Are you prepared if that happens? That's the scary part. You know, I'm not worried about his skill set. I'm sure he's very talented, but he likes going for the nut shots.
Yeah.
Did you know
actually,
that story?
I had not heard this story before.
True story.
Yeah, you wouldn't lie to me, Gary. I believe you, but
that's right. Les Stapleton will tell you about it.
Yeah, that's. I guess I'll have to work on that when the next coming practices to train for that now too.
And I think Les will probably be the referee, so that may be awkward.
Yeah, it's like an awkward kind of triangle. No jiu-jitsu.
Everybody's covering up their crotch. That's the route we should have went, man. We should have got, you know, one of those diamond cups. Isn't that one of the makers, like the best cup in the world, diamond or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard of diamond cups. Could have been a Budweiser logo across it.
Wait, yeah, that's right. And you could have just fought in your jockstrap. That's what's up. That's what's up, Jesse Ray. That's how we make noise. Oh, you talk about that would hit the wire. That would be on Inside MMA.
Oh gosh.
It'd be like, you remember when Dennis Hallman wore the Speedos with just, you know, kind of his butt cheeks hanging out?
Yeah, I've seen some highlights and some pictures of that before.
That could be you. Listen, I see your diet, man. You've been so good. I see the salads and, you know, I know you're not making them, but you're eating them. How's that lifestyle treating you? I know as closer to the fight, the closer you watch your diet and what you're putting in your body, but like big guys like us, and I'm admittedly way bigger than you are. But I'm not set up to eat rabbit food.
It's not too bad because that's usually the salad is usually the last meal of the day. You know, no carbs to sit on me and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. If I do get hungry later on in the night, it's just some Greek yogurt with fruit in it or something. Nothing too heavy or anything like that. But I just try to eat at least, every 3 hours or something to keep that metabolism going, trying to push everything out of me, I guess.
Poop. Man, I'm excited. Like, you're still young, and you're still, even though this is, could possibly be your 10th straight win, like, do you still get excited? Like, remember back when you were playing football or when you were wrestling, like, you would get excited for competition? Even though this is turning into a business for you, do you still get that, like, that youthful excitement around the fight?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was sitting around at work today just envisioning the fight and stuff like that, and then it's kind of weird because lately people have been asking me, like, oh, do you still get nervous before a fight? And I always tell them, yeah, like, I don't think that'll ever change, and if it does, then there's a problem, and I need to reevaluate things, but yeah, I still get excited, still get nervous, anxious, everything before the fight, so yeah, all that's starting to kick in this week,
I'm just not patient. Like, today's Tuesday, weigh-ins Friday, fight Saturday. I would either just want to sleep the rest of the week or fast forward. I mean, does that, like, that used to mess with me, especially, when you're a week away from something. Still, a week away from a party or like a week away from when I get to travel or something. I'm like, man, I just wish that was here. How do you deal with that, like the anticipation and the build-up?
I just stay busy, which isn't hard to do right now. So yeah, I understand what you mean though. There are some times when it's just like, okay, I'm still counting it down. Only 3 more days, 4 more days, whatever. But yeah, just trying to stay busy, and like I said, it's not hard to do right now with work and practice and everything else. So.
What's left, you weigh in Friday, so you've got tomorrow night and then Thursday night. What's your fight week schedule? I know a lot of people kind of cut out the sparring and maybe they have just a full rest day. What's the schedule like for you?
I just I work full Monday through Thursday full time for the week. I take off Friday just to relax my body because my job's just, pushing, pulling, lifting, everything else, standing on my feet the whole time. So I take that day off to rest and then cut the rest of the weight I have to cut and not stress about anything. Yeah, we've cut out sparring about, a week and a half ago. And just, like you said, eating clean and everything, a lot of rolling, a lot of sweating to cut the weight down and everything. So we're just trying to take it lightly, a little more lightly, more mental stuff. So.
Speaking of mental, your girlfriend posts on Twitter, she's eating like a double-decker oatmeal pie. Is she doing this in front of you?
Right in front of me, but I got it for her. She's been she's been treating me good, understands that it's fight week, been really nice to me, like she always is. So that's her favorite little treat from the gas station, so I thought I'd get it for her.
Well, that's awesome. I heard her laughing in the background. It's I'm gonna have to get me one of those after the show.
I'll grab you one if you come.
Oh, I see her tweet now. She looks sad.
Oh,
why is she looking sad? I'd be happy if I had one of those.
It must be. Oh, yeah.
Sad for him.
Oh. But you get to take out all those frustrations on Saturday night. That's kind of like the payoff, right? All that sacrifice and dedication, there is that payoff once you step into the cage.
Yeah, I get to take it all out, put this all this hard work to use. show what I'm made of, I guess. So, yeah, that's the pay.
Well, man, thanks for coming back on the show. I know it's been a hard work day. I know you still got a couple of days ahead of you to get your weight cut in, get your rest in, get your weigh-in outfit picked out. I know that's important. But Saturday, it goes down. Jesse Ray Childry returns to action in his second pro fight, looking to stay undefeated. You know how we do it, man. Turn the table over for you. Give any shout-outs, any thank yous. It's all you.
Before I give any shout-outs, I want to make an announcement for my next fight right now.
Oh, snap. Juan, get busy. Tweet this out.
Looks like my next fight will be October 11th in Chicago for Chicago Cage Championships. But I want to give a shout-out to all my teammates, my coach, my family, my girlfriend, all my friends, all the guys from work that are asking about the fight and supporting me and everything. My sponsor, Triumph United, I couldn't be happier with having a team, having somebody like that on my team. Pelfrey Chiropractic for always taking care of me, getting my back straight. Now, just everybody from the gym again, man. I couldn't do this. I wouldn't be who I am without them. So, and last but not least, I want to thank God because I wouldn't be anything without Him.
There you go. You and David Crow on the same card. I saw he made an announcement earlier today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully he gets his butt down to Georgetown pretty soon.
The dynamic duo back in action in Chicago, but he's got to take care of business first. Saturday in Richmond. Jesse Ray, enjoy the rest of your week. Tell your girlfriend enjoy the rest of that oatmeal pie, and I'll see you in Richmond.
See you, buddy. Thanks for having us on.
There you guys go. The heavyweight giant, the beer man, Jesse Ray Childry. I think that nickname can stick. I'm not sure. I feel like when he's in the UFC and he's ready to fight for the world title, that he will be announced as the beer man. Maybe he doesn't like it. I don't know. We've got about 10 minutes till our next guest comes on. Juan says he's watching something else. I'm going to tell him to join me. I know you guys like listening to his angelic voice. Isn't that right, Juan?
Hey, how about you talk to yourself for a few minutes, let me watch America's Got Talent.
Man, sometimes I just question you and your choices. What's going on?
Hey, you know what?
Got
You know what
Talent?
really makes me mad? You know what really makes me mad? It seems to
Howard
be
Stern?
ever since we've switched. Howard Stern is on there, yes. Ever since we made our switch back to Tuesday night, from I think our last shows were on Sunday nights. You would know better than I would.
Yeah, that was a little precursor. Juan is the reason we switched all these times.
I am. What was our first night?
Thursdays.
It was Thursdays. Then we went to Tuesday and Thursdays.
Yes.
And then we went to
Sundays.
Sundays. Yeah. I didn't like Sundays.
We've had Tuesdays for like over at least 2 years now.
Oh, it feels like it. I hated Sundays because, you wanted to relax. And you're coming off the weekend before you have to go back into work. And it's like that one thing, like, I got to do this to close out the weekend. So
I always
I like
Sundays
that.
was a good day to like recap what happened the night before. If we'd have done it like say Sunday mornings, like the knockout hour, but you don't care enough to wake up early and join the rest of society.
Oh, you mean the spectacular radio show that the person in charge can only record half of it? Because it's so good. Yes, you're right. I want to join that show.
I am upset about that. For you guys that don't know, I've been really diving into boxing so I can sound intelligent and squash all of Kelly Patrick's, hairballed ideas on boxing and why it's great and all that. So I've been watching. Like, I stayed up, prepared, jacked up on energy drinks to do play-by-play of the Gennady Golovkin fight Saturday night, and it ended in 2.5 rounds. I was so pissed off because I couldn't get to sleep till like 4:30. Had to wake up at 8:30 to do the knockout hour, and then what happens? He doesn't even record it. But we were live on 1450 and the live sportscast.
For all 7 listeners.
I don't know. I think there's like 7,000.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Anything that I put on Live Sportscaster is probably going to be the biggest thing that week.
That is true.
You know, so Matt McCarthy needs to put us on the payroll.
He does. He's been slacking. So anyway,
you got some fun Saturday night. What about that?
Well, before I get into that, I got sidetracked. So ever since we've made that switch to Tuesday night, it seems like all the good shows come on Tuesday night, and I never get to watch them live. We got rid of the DVR, dude. I never used the thing.
Use Couch Tuner.
They don't show like the NBC shows.
Oh.
So I don't know, man. See, that's what I don't get about like NBC and CBS, ABC. And so they show these shows, brand new shows, like on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights, whatever. You know, from 8 to 10. But they never showed again that week. Why don't they replay it like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, like USA does with Blue Collar or White Collar, wherever that show's called.
Yeah, White Collar.
You know, they'll show that 13 times in 1 week.
Back in the day when satellite TV first came out and living in the sticks, as you say, that I live in, we got satellite TV. But what was cool is we got like your NBC. We didn't get, at the time there was no deal for local channels, so we got like NBC Los Angeles, but we also got like NBC Philadelphia. So we had the East and West, and you could always like catch up on it. Look at Aaron Garrett trying to start drama.
He is. That's what Aaron's good for.
You have to listen, and I'm just gonna throw this out here. I asked Aaron at 10 o'clock this morning about IT fights, and I still don't even know who my guests are. He just told me Chelsea. I don't even know who Chelsea is.
She's related to Felice.
Oh, okay, so that's her.
Except for she's not really related. I made that part up.
You think people ask her about that though?
Yeah. I mean, come on, seriously. Another female fighter named Herring? Who wouldn't think that?
Herrig.
You know? But to answer your question earlier, yes, Saturday night was full of drama.
You got to sit at the DJ booth with Aaron Garrett. And what we're talking about, Juan went to Extreme Combat Challenge in Indianapolis. You heard from our last show that we had was we had Bubba McDaniel on the show who headlined the card.
Bubba McDaniel.
And it went till when? What time did you get out of there?
The fight was supposed to start at 7. Now, the first fight didn't happen till like 7:36, 7:40ish. So it started 40 minutes late to begin with. And we didn't get out of there until 1:20, 1:30, and something crazy like that. So it drug on. Granted, there was 18 fights. I will give them that. There were 8 pro fights. Granted, only one fight went the distance. So it's like, why are we here for nearly 5 hours? And need I remind you too, it was in a National Guard armory. Like, a majority of events are held there, but it was probably the nicest one I've ever been to. I have to throw that out there. Maybe that's why they were charging $5 a park. I mean, for real, $5 a park? An MMA event? Come on now.
Did you pay the park?
No, we got there like super early, so I didn't pay them. I didn't know they were charging the park until people were mentioning it afterwards. But yeah, no. So got there, and since it was a pro-am event in Indiana, since they have the pros are regulated by the state commission, the amateurs are regulated by the sanctioning body. So you have all these people, all these officials cage side. So I'm like, I'm not even going to bother trying to get up close. I'm going to sit with my boy Aaron back at the DJ booth, which I had a. Is that a different name?
Yeah, it's a completely different name.
No, it's not.
There's no N in Felice's name.
The numbers run together. It's like if you got a license plate, one eye. You can't tell me how many eyes there are. It just blurs together. That's what happens when you have an RR and N. It might look like an M. It might look like two N's. I don't know. Anyways.
Whatevs.
Anyway, so I'm sitting with Aaron by the DJ booth, and he sucks by the DJ as a DJ. I would never hire him to do a show ever.
Why you're ruining his brand? Did he play Drop That Nay Nay?
In fact, he did not play Drop That Nay Nay.
I requested that early in the night, and he didn't do it.
He did not. In fact, so he was hired to be the DJ, and he was hired to be to record the fights, the videographer. I can't even say that word. He did not record the event.
Who did?
No one. Well, halfway through the event, some random Joe Blow with a GoPro got up on a ladder and started recording the fights. That's how horrible Aaron Garrett is.
I thought you guys were boys. I thought Buckeyes stick together.
Oh, I'll just mess with them. No, Aaron did a phenomenal job on the ones and twos, even though he didn't have the DJ board. It was just his computer. It was the show. All right. Anyways, getting back to the show. It was in the National Guard Armory, and it was hot. They didn't have AC, and the guy who was running the place, for whatever reason, decided to shut the garage door, which let in the air. And now, hey. I'm just
telling you that I would not have. I don't do well at hot events.
No, it was horrible. I don't see how anybody kind of stayed in there, but so anyways, we were there. The fights went on. It was a pretty decent event. I mean, a lot of the fights seemed one-sided, but then again, what shows don't have their lopsided matches? This one seemed to have a little bit more than normal though, but there's also 18 fights.
Yeah, but be honest, there's been a lot of backlash to this show. Nobody really thought it was good. Right,
and I don't feel as though we need to be an outlet for,
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I'm not a judge. I mean, it's up to the fans to do that. But there has been, just putting it out there, a lot of people that were not happy with it. I've been to bad fight, and I think you can always find a silver lining. I think the Sean Fallon fight would be a perfect example of a silver lining to that event.
That fight, Sean Fallon fight, easily, hands down, no questions asked, took fight of the night that night. Him and his opponent went back and forth the entire 3 rounds. It was the only fight that went to decision. And, I felt bad for him. I really like Sean Fallon. I think he's a great guy, great fighter, definitely has a bright future with him. He did take a hell of a beating in that fight, but he showed a lot of heart that he was able to persevere through it all. He was a bloody mess. He got to the end. Unfortunately, he was on the wrong side of the decision, which was the correct decision, I thought. He walked out. His opponent walked out with a 30-27 victory. But he took to Facebook afterwards, and this is what I really like about him. He took to Facebook. He said, there are no excuses. He was a better man tonight. A lot of fighters wouldn't necessarily do that. They'd come up with some sort of excuse. This training camp went better. I got hurt in X rounds. But no, he said, there are no excuses. And he's going to get back into the gym, train a little bit harder, and see what the future holds. I just think that's amazing. He has that kind of outlook on it. I wish more fighters would have that. instead of making excuses, because you're not always going to be you're not the best fighter. There's always going to be somebody better than you, and especially in this sport, on any given night, you can get knocked out, you can get beat. Now, obviously, you don't want that, but it happens.
You'll have that on these big jobs.
That you will. That you will.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to switch gears up from talking about Trotter Legacy to talking about IT Fight Series that goes down this Saturday night in Lima, Ohio. Juan will be there. Rick Toms will be there. Man, I won't be there.
Of course you won't be.
I've done my tour of duty with Ohio MMA, and I feel like you can't say shit to me about it.
Hey, until you get to my level of Kentucky events, you got never to talk.
I will never stoop to be as low as your level.
Wait, you mean?
We'll be right back.
Tune in to Louisville's #1 combat sports show, The Knockout Hour, every Sunday morning from 9 a.m. until 10, right here on 1450 WXVW. Hosts Kelly Patrick and Gary Thomas bring you the top stories from the world of boxing and mixed martial arts. The Knockout Hour is brought to you by BluegrassMMA.com and the Kentuckiana Agency of Transamerica, the home of tax-free retirement.
Intimidation Clothing has proven to be the biggest supporter of local MMA in the industry, sponsoring the top regional events across the globe. While other brands come and go, Intimidation is a brand that represents stability, with over 110 different styles of high-quality t-shirts, hats, hoodies, training gear, and more. Browse our premium quality merchandise at IntimidationClothing.com and use Radio 10 to save 10% off your order. When you think local MMA, think Intimidation Clothing. Nobody supports local MMA like Intimidation. Nobody.
You are listening to the ProMMANow.com radio network.
You're listening to the Ohio Valley's #1 source for MMA. This is Bluegrass MMA Live. Now, once again, your hosts, Juan Valley and Gary Thomas.
Thanks for sticking out the first hour and rolling with us on for the next hour here on Bluegrass MMA Live, brought to you by Bangtown Fightwear and also brought to you by Audible.com. With Audible, they're helping us with the show. They've, you know their story. Over 150,000 audiobooks mixed with podcasts and graphic novels. I really don't think people. We're going to see the elimination of real radio, right? Like terrestrial radio. I see that going by the wayside. And it's going to be like what you're hearing here. I think everybody's going to have a podcast or some sort of outlet that they can go to in the future. And Audible.com is a great service to where you can listen to whatever you're listening to my voice on right now, whether it be your cell phone, whether it be your computer, your tablet. You can use that for Audible.com. Support us as Audible supports us with a free audiobook for you and 30 free days of their service. All you got to do is sign up, audible.com/ProMMA now, and you're in. Give a shout out to my man, Carl, from MMAMadhouse.com. He's out there in the chat room. I have never in my days been around more of an accommodating and professional group of guys and girls that makes up MMA Madhouse. They've got their own radio network where they've got, listen, they smoke us. They're on every night with everything. They've got a new Global Combat network where you can rewatch the streams. They're putting some YouTube fights up there. It's amazing what they've done, what Carl has done for local MMA. So shout out to Carl, Skippy, Spencer, Matthew, just the whole crew there at MMAMadhouse.com. Now, we're going to switch things up. IT Fight Series goes down Saturday night. We will be there, and so will our next guest. Undefeated, looking to go 3-0. Chelsea Herring. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you for taking the time out to join us tonight. This fight week for you. How has the preparation been? How are you feeling on this Tuesday? Just
awesome.
4 days away from the event.
I am feeling awesome. Definitely ready to get in there and take care of business.
That's something that you've excelled at. 2-0. You're fighting at 115 pounds. What was your experience like after your first two fights? 'Cause I know it's been a while since you fought. Tell me, the highs that you felt after those wins.
It's the best feeling in the world. When you get your hand raised, there's just really nothing that can really top that. It's a great feeling.
Walk me through what you've been doing to prepare for this fight. Who are you training with? Who's helping you get ready? Who's that iron sharpening your iron?
I have a great team at Fightopia MMA. They're out of Piqua, Ohio. They are the best around. I have awesome teammates that train with me every single day. There's really not a day that I take off. If I'm not at the gym, I'm out running. Definitely just keeping in shape. They're working on technique, of course. We won't go through all that. Don't want to give my game plan away or anything. But, yeah, definitely just staying in shape and working out with the best that there is.
Were you always active? I mean, through
yes,
school and
absolutely.
such? Were you always an athlete? What introduced you to this craziness of the fight business?
I actually ran cross country and track in high school. I love the self-discipline and mental toughness that, those sports instilled in me. And I was actually looking to join the Marine Corps after high school just to push my body to the next extreme. And I had some weight issues at the time. They told me I was overweight, and I tried a few things to lose it. Nothing really seemed to work, and that's when I found MMA, and there's something about, punching someone in the face and getting punched in the face back. I just love it.
So from cross country to where you may bump shoulders with somebody to getting punched in the face. Did you know as soon as you stepped in the train, did you know that this was something you would stick with?
Absolutely, yes.
Wow. So no hesitation. The first time you tasted your own blood, it was game on.
Yeah, none at all. I loved it. I really, really loved it. As crazy as it sounds, I love punching people in the face, but there's nothing better than getting punched in the face.
Wow.
It's that's just me, I guess.
Well, I don't like getting punched in the face. You guys are savages. I'm looking at your Facebook page, and you're in the back of a truck with a deer. I feel like you're like that,
yes.
That well-rounded. You stay in shape. You're a competitor, and you also go out there and you kill stuff.
Yes, I love deer hunting. I grew up around it. And almost every male in my family does it. There's a few females, not a whole lot, but definitely all the guys do it. And it was something that I've always kind of taken more to guys than females. So it was something that my dad and uncles all did. So I jumped right in and did it.
So were you the typical tomboy stereotype growing up? Or is there that princess side to Chelsea?
There is a princess side to me. Actually, my sisters gave me a lot of grief for it growing up. Once I got to high school and started dating and wanted to be a little bit girly, I got a lot of grief for it, but it's all right.
Wow. So maybe a little diva mixed in with the savage. You gotta have a good balance, right?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, talk to me about your fight Saturday. What do you know about your opponent? Obviously, you're not going to tell us your game plan.
Sorry.
But we will. I mean, I'll type it out. You know, if you want to give me some pointers on what you're going to do, what we need to be looking for. No, just kidding. But, you know, talk to me about the fight, what you know about your opponent, and how you see this fight going, minus the game plan.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting my hand raised at the end of the night, no doubt about that. Yeah, I told you I'm not really giving up my game plan, but definitely not going to let the judges decide who wins it. I've been training way too hard for all that nonsense. So I'll definitely be finishing the fight. I promise to make it impressive. So other than that, everyone will just have to show up and watch on Saturday. What I know about my opponent, I know she fought out of Michigan. There was an article written up on her about where she trained at and stuff. I trained through pregnancy, which is awesome. I have a 3-year-old of my own. And I ran through my whole pregnancy, and definitely I think it is awesome when women, you know, aren't scared of training, you know, while they're pregnant and stuff like that. That's really cool. That was something that when I read the article that she had written up on her, I thought was really, really neat of her, and kudos to her for that. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot that I could say that I know about her.
All right. Perfect world situation here. I want your honest answer, because lying is the devil. All right. You can finish the fight. So it's not going to the judge. You're going to finish the fight. What's the most spectacular way you can imagine yourself finishing the fight? Like that highlight reel, that one thing. What when we see you on Inside MMA next Friday night with this highlight reel finish, what's it going to be?
Come on now, you're going to make me give my game plan away.
You can
just have to show up and watch.
I'm going to say, I would say head kick knockout, but you're not allowed to do that in Ohio.
Oh, yeah, no head kicks.
I'm going to say flying armbar. That's what I'm expecting.
All right.
That's what you're going to have to bring to the table. So you won't tell me. All right.
Hey, actually, my one of my teammates, Bryce Kellum, he actually just won he went to Naga this past Saturday, and won via flying armbar. So in 10 seconds, pretty impressive. And I do train with him. So anywho.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
There's a chance, yeah.
And then next week on the show, I'll be like, you guys, everybody needs to call in. I'll tell you how to finish the fight. And I could have a career as like an advisor. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, or like, you know, what do they call those? The people that tell the fortune, you know?
I could be a psychic. I could be
read the future. Yeah.
Gary, the MMA psychic. Oh man, I'm telling you.
Right.
I had to cut you in. Since my experiment's on you, I'll cut you in on the millions. Just a small portion.
All right. Thanks.
What are you most looking forward to after the fight? You know, not looking past your opponent, but I'm talking about, you know, is there a food you want to go after? Is there, you know, like something that you can't wait to do that you've been sacrificing during training camp? What is it?
There's not a whole lot that I've actually surprisingly been really good with my weight, so there's not really any food that I'm craving, or, you know, that I can't eat right now if I want to. I guess just going out afterwards. I'm not really a party type person, but I think I might actually go out after this fight.
Will your 3-year-old be there to see this?
Oh, absolutely not. She will be with her grandmother.
I waited until my daughter was 6, and she got to come watch, and she loved it. Of course, being the princess that she is, she decided that she probably needed to be the cheerleader of the crowd. So, but she enjoyed it. Yeah,
she comes to the gym with me and watches, and it doesn't faze her. But I figured that, you know, after the fact that I want to go out after the fight isn't really a good idea for her to be there.
Well, listen, I thank you so much for taking the time out to join us tonight. We will be there Saturday night, IT Fight Series. Before I let you go, though, I want to give you a chance to give a shout out to, to any of your supporters, any sponsors if you have them, just anything you want to throw out there to your fans and our listeners.
Definitely, IT Fight Series. Thank you for this opportunity, and my awesome coach, Johnny Connor. There's Kirk that he's a coach there. Really appreciate all the time and effort that they put towards me. Like I said, I'm at the gym a lot, so it's awesome that I have coaches there and awesome teammates that are always there to support me and train with me. Just a huge shout out to all my Fighttopians.
The Fighttopian, I like that name. It's a little, hippie-ish. I feel like it's maybe a throwback. I dig it.
Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you Saturday night.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
There you guys go. Miss Chelsea Herring. She fights Saturday night in Lima, Ohio. And her opponent is going to join us here in just a second. Crystal. Chelsea wasn't giving up no game plan, but if she does land this flying armbar, I feel like I have a career as a fight psychic. I don't know. Let's see what Crystal. Let's see if I can predict what Crystal will say. That may be key. I think she's with us right now. Crystal, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
How are
you
doing
tonight, man? Well, I'm hungry, and I'm more hungry, and I'm just chugging down some water. How about you?
Can you pretend like that water's like a nice thick milkshake or something? Do you have like a mental trick to make it?
I am. You know I am. I'm hungry for this fight too. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, it is fight week. I thank you so much for joining us tonight. You get to come down to beautiful, I say that, I've never been there, but Lima, Ohio.
I've never been there either, but I'm excited. I'm excited to leave my mark there.
I just talked to your opponent, and she's very respectful of you, and she talked about how you trained through your pregnancy. How did that go? Tell me about that, because I don't like to train anything if I've got the best excuses ever. So I feel like pregnancy would be a great excuse to not do anything, but you chose to stay active. What was that experience like for you?
Well, I have a goal, and I get there no matter what. And my pregnancy was a blessing, and my kids will know that their mom is amazing. And I'm just ready to perform to my 110%, and I'm ready to do this. I train hard no matter what. On sick days, I feel you train hard, you fight easy. That's my motto. Train hard, fight easy.
I feel like mothers have an edge. I think in the UFC you've got Sarah McMahon, you've got Kat Zingano. There's definitely an edge for a mom who's has to be mentally tough. You've got to be a great referee. You've got to be a great disciplinarian. You have to, you're always on duty. And I feel when you bring that into the fight game, like you're prepared for anything. I feel like that's how that translates. Would you agree with me on that? Like, with everything out there, you would be prepared.
Yep, I'm a multitasker. Yes, for sure. No, but I'm just ready. I'm ready for this fight. I feel like it's my life, just like family and fitness and just staying in great shape, taking care of yourself. Everything else will follow.
For the people that don't know, tell us about who's helping you get ready for this fight, where you're training at, and some of the people that you're with.
Wheeling, West Virginia, Bullpen Fight Club. They're amazing. I'm like actively the only girl fighter on the team, and I'm just ready to represent. I feel like I'm ready. I puked tonight during training, so I know that I'm definitely ready. When I train that hard and, I have guys pushing me to my best ability, no matter if I'm a female, and I just respect that, and I'm just ready to show them that I'm ready.
What part of your training camp, now that it's fight week, is tonight the last hard training night for you? Do you kind of start to, let your body repair itself, rest a little bit before you go into weigh-in on Saturday?
Well, I started my training, my dieting 2 weeks ago. I usually eat clean and everything, but 125 is a great weight. I feel great at it. I feel the healthiest, the leanest. My muscle tone's great. I feel like I can just move around faster. So it's definitely a challenge, and I just, I train until Wednesday, Thursday. I'll do some light, and just pretty much resting Friday, petties, the girl stuff. Got to get ready, get my massage in.
That was going to be my next question. As tough and as rigorous as training is there like a princess side to you, Crystal?
Whoa, shit. Is there a princess side? Next question.
Where you can kind of get away. You talked about getting a massage. Is there like girly stuff?
That's my zen. I wouldn't call it. I like to have some nice feet. I don't want to poke her in the eye with some talons or anything. Something crazy. So that's my point of being respectful, having some nice toes.
Hey, I like it. I think that's very respectful.
I might go with black, maybe some sparkles. We're just going to have to see. People are going to have to check out my toes.
That's awesome. So you're hungry tonight. You've been working on this diet. What's that go-to after weigh-ins? Or maybe even after the fight, what's that one thing that you've sacrificed that you're ready to get down?
I'm in between like maybe a protein bar or something, carb loading for sure, something tasty and delicious. I'm half Sicilian and black, so I like my pasta. I love my Alfredo. Maybe have a nice chicken breast. Just keep it clean, keep it lean. Get ready for the fight.
After the fight, is there some junk food? I mean, is there like one day where you say,
"Oh, beer." Oh, yeah, some Patron, some beer, celebratory drinkays, But, I do have a DD, so everything's all good.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked your opponent. If you can finish the fight with whatever spectacular fashion that you can imagine, what would that way be?
Oh, we're just going to have to see, huh?
She said the same shit, Crystal. Holding out on me. All right, I gave her a flying armbar. I'm going to give you. I think just a slick knockout on the feet. I feel like you sound aggressive. You sound like that may be the option. Yep, that's my prediction.
You've done your homework, my boy. You've done your homework.
You just put off that vibe. You have that energy, that presence. Like I've not seen you fight, but I can already tell how you fight, and that's a good thing.
Good call. Good call. Yeah.
All right. So when do you make the trip to Ohio, and how far is that from Wheeling, West Virginia?
Well, I live in Ohio. I train in West Virginia, but it's going to take about 4 hours for me to get there. But I want to give myself enough time, just get my stuff out and bring in my little baby. So I will be with him until it's time for me to prepare. Being with my family is most important. It just drives me to be the best. And I'm going to be with my fight family too, and my coach, and just get ready.
Well, listen, I think this has Fight of the Night written all over it this Saturday night in Lima, Ohio. Crystal, before I let you go, I want to give you a chance. See, I'm from Kentucky. I think it's Lima. I'm going to go with Lima.
All right, it is Lima. It's Lima. What?
Whatever.
Hey.
Listen, you Buckeyes,
hey, you gonna be
whatever.
There?
It's your, yeah, we will be there.
All right. Can't wait to shake your hand, man.
So I want to give you a chance now to give a shout-out to any training partners, any sponsors, any fans, whoever's helped you get to this point. You know, the floor is all yours for your fans and our listeners.
Well, God, through all things with him, it's possible. I love him to death, and shout out to him the most because he drives me every day to be a good mom, a good person, and a great fighter, and a fighter in life. You know, I just shout out to him and my beautiful kids, Jocelyn, Autumn, and my little baby Deacon. He'll be there watching his mom. My friends who are with me through this like hungry stage and this training, this hard training, bruises me limping. You know, I just love it. I love it to death, and I love my friends for being like right by my side. Even my friends who are far away, I love you. I love you. You got my back. I got yours. And my mom for just raising me to be a strong woman. And my dad for raising me to be a strong woman too.
Well, thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's about it.
Okay.
I'm ready to go drink my water now.
Go drink your water. Pretend it's a nice chocolate milkshake, and enjoy the rest of your week. We will see you Saturday night.
Sounds good. Thank you.
There you guys go. Crystal and Chelsea, they go to battle this Saturday night. We're going to have the whole IT Fight Series card posted up at BluegrassMMA.com, so be sure you go check that out. It's going to be fun. Aaron Garrett, the always so busy Scott Shealy will be there. It's going to be amazing. We're going to switch gears once again. We're going to go from the Buckeye State to the Volunteer State as Juan prepares to get our next guest. We just talked to him not too long ago, and it's kind of crazy. He made his professional debut, and now he gets a big fight right there at home. Jorge Medina is going to join us here in just a second. Aaron Garrett screwing things up once again. Don't forget, plenty of your local MMA coverage over at Bluegrass MMA. If you missed out on the results from this weekend, it's there. We've got results, recaps. We got some fight stories coming up this week. Some confusion on the switchboard. That's what you get. Cheap help. It's cheap help. You broke ass. Alright, Juan's fixing the problem. Here's what I'm going to do. Aaron Garrett, why are you messing my show up, son? Why, Aaron Garrett? He ain't even listening. He ain't even listening. You won't even respond.
Yes, I did.
You're responding to me in our chat. You're messing my flow up. Have you salvaged this IT Fight Series card again?
Yes.
Is it going to be the best ever? Don't lie, it's the devil.
It's going to be the best.
This girl fight, man, it sounds like it has some big potential.
Oh, yeah.
And you told me 115. Crystal said 125. What is it?
It's 125.
You said 115.
When did I tell you away? Do you not read the fight card?
No. What fight? The fight card I asked for 2 weeks ago?
2 days ago, yeah. That one.
2 weeks ago. I'm going to have a talk with Scott Sheely. We'll get this straightened out, all right? We'll get you lined up. Can't fire. You're the only one in the state. He won't be there till like 2 o'clock on Saturday. We can have Juan. We can have Juan run the show. How about that? We'll put the pressure on him.
Sounds good to me. What's Juan doing?
I don't know. He's talking to Jorge Medina. All right. We'll get Floyd on after George. How about that? Does that work out? Since nobody pays any attention. Nobody pays any attention. Oh, so Juan messed it up.
Yeah.
All right.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect. You messed it up, sir. And don't you ever let that happen again. I will come down there. I will beat you.
Whatever. All right. Let's switch up. V3 Fights returns to Nashville. And our next guy, who's an awesome guest just a few short weeks ago, he is back. He's going to be looking for a second pro win. Mr. Medina, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. Congratulations on your big win down in Memphis. Was there, like, a release of stress or excitement after you got your professional debut out of the way?
Oh man, it was an awesome feeling, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? It was a great feeling. It was a sense of accomplishment. I was happy to get it all over in a way, you know what I mean? Because just to make a 145, it's just like a 6-week process. So, and I'm a fat boy undercover, you know what I mean? I can hide my weight, so like I like eating, you know what I mean? And so I was just happy to get that up and out of the way, so I could hit the buffets, hit the little pastries, you know what I mean, bakery shops and stuff like that. So yeah, and it feels good, man. It's like all the hard work, all the sweat, all the sacrifices or whatever after a victory is it's all worth it once they raise your hand.
Have you got a chance, because this fight's come up fairly close to your last outing? Have you got a chance to sit back and think, man, I'm a professional athlete, undefeated?
Sometimes I start doing that, you know what I mean, while I'm sitting in the sauna or whatever. But at the same time, this is happening. It's happening so fast, you know what I mean, that you just kind of got to roll with the punches, and you don't really have time to sit back and start analyzing and realizing what's happening. Because between the time that I have with work and the time that I have to put in the gym, it's really you don't really have time to yourself, because if any other free time is either shopping for going to Whole Foods, shopping for supplements or good food, clean food, or I'm sleeping. So to tell you the truth, no, I don't really do that. I'm just stay busy.
And of all the times to actually think about that, it's in the sauna, which I imagine is not the most pleasant place.
No, you got all these other guys looking at you all crazy, and you're with a rubber suit, you know what I mean, and those sweatsuits, you know what I mean. They're like, what's this guy doing, you know what I mean? And it's just not good. It's horrible to cut weight. It's always bad to cut weight. It's not good.
Now, has that process started now? It's Tuesday.
Yes, as a matter of fact, 155. I mean, it's always, but like I said, it's always tough to cut weight. But 155 is a lot better than making 145. You know what I mean? But yes, actually maintaining a proper water intake and eating clean foods, it just makes the whole weight cut and the whole dieting a lot more easier. You know what I mean?
Your opponent is Charles Brown, and he has been super active in 2014. What do you know about him?
I know that he's as tall as one of my other AMI opponents, DJ Miller. I know that he's a scrapper. He'll bring it to you. I also know he lost his pro debut, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, his pro debut, and that's pretty much all I know about him. He's going to be taller, probably a little tad bit heavier, but other than that, it should be a good fight because I'm sure he's not going to want to lose a second pro fight. I've seen his videos on YouTube, and it looks like he'll bring it to you. So that's pretty much all I know about him.
You get to make your appearance right there in Nashville. How big is that for you? Because you've got a huge team behind you. All that travel's kind of cut out, so you kind of get the luxury of being at home. What's that mean for you to be able to do it right there?
Actually, it's a lot more convenient. I don't have a car, so therefore I don't drive. So when I go to YMCA, I walk it, So that's my warm-up weight cut, if that makes any sense. Let's see. So I already have. It's easier for me for the weight cut. I also have. Let's see. I'm not the only one fighting out of my gym. We have 7 other fighters fighting out of Nashville MMA. So it's going to be a pretty huge crowd. You know what I mean? And not only that, but the venues. Let's see, maybe 7 minutes driving from my house. So it's pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm pretty stoked about that.
This is, I believe, your third outing for V3. They put on just a huge show. Like, coming up, you fought amateur there. Now you fought pro there. You're getting to fight at home for them. Like, I feel like they're doing everything to build you up. Do you feel the same way? Like, they're giving you these opportunities, and you've been knocking it out of the ballpark.
Absolutely, and some. You know what I mean? They definitely have their whatever they're doing over there as far as fighting and the promoter. They know what they're doing. They have it all organized. You know what I mean? They take care of all the fighters. You know what I mean? And they make it happen. Also, man, to tell you the truth, man, there just shows, man. And overall, man, after when I fought in Memphis, I was the first fight of the night. And so I got to sit back after my fight and enjoy the rest of the night. And actually, they really do put on a good show there, So I'm pretty impressed, and I'm thankful for them. You know what I mean? They're putting me on, and all I can do is just take it and capitalize on it. And if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So you know what I mean? As a former Marine, let's go. I'm trained to go.
Absolutely, man. It seems like things are falling into place perfectly for you right now. What's this ride been like? You've got this momentum going. You've been so impressive. I got to see you on the pay-per-view in your last fight. I mean, like you're really things are starting to click for you. I mean, it's got to be this momentum has to be kind of a wave of emotion, right?
Somewhat, yes, sir. Absolutely. It just seems like let's see. Out of high school, I joined the Marine Corps, and it just seems like I did it only because I was a high school wrestler. I thought I was tough, that mindset. You know what I mean? I thought I wanted to find out if I had what it takes to be a Marine. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. I took it as a mental challenge, physical challenge, all that good stuff. I consider myself a late bloomer as far as being a pro at something, because I'm a jack of all trades, you know what I mean? Landscape and carpet, you know what I mean? Sanitation stuff, even though that's easy, you know what I mean? MMA, but I'm master at none, and finally I'm a pro at something, you know what I mean? So it actually does, it means a lot to me, actually, you know what I mean? So, what was the question again?
Riding the wave of, you've got this momentum going. And
yeah, absolutely. The momentum, yeah. So And then all of a sudden, like I said, I'm a pro at something, and I'm like, man, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? You know what I mean? Am I getting lucky, or is it a little bit technique, or what's going on? So, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out what's the real deal here, you know. And I haven't lost yet ever since I started as a hammy. So I'm like, okay, and I'm a pretty quick learner. And Lance, thank God, Lance, he's a tough coach. You know what I mean? He doesn't play around that much, but he's been working with me, and I could tell personally that I'm getting better. You know what I mean? I'm getting better little by little. So hopefully, you know, this next fight will help me evolve into a better fighter as far as striking and or you know ground and pound.
You know, you mentioned luck, but I happen to know a lot of your teammates, and I know the Savages there at Nashville MMA. That crew is legit as legit teams come. You know, you got to think that where you're at right now, like it's hard to find better training in the area. And that's no knock on any other gyms or anybody out there, but Nashville MMA, you know, you talk about it, they're stacked on this card. Everybody's doing well. We see what Luke Sanders is doing. You know, we see what the guys are doing down there. Like if I'm in Nashville, that's the place I'm going to look for that top-notch training.
Yeah, you can say that again. There's definitely a lot of experience, a lot of you know what I mean, knowledge in there that you know you could you know pick up if you pay attention. All you got to do is just show up, pay attention, and get ready to sweat. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna work you. I'm telling you. Like for example, earlier today, Sean put me through some circuit, man. I don't know how or who or where these little circuit drills, man. But I'll tell you what, I'm like dragging my legs around all day afterward. You know. But other than that, yeah, they'll definitely work you. It's a great facility.
Do you have a rest day? I mean, I would imagine that probably after today the hard part's over.
Well, to tell you the truth,
cardio.
I mean, to be quite frank with you, yes, Sundays are usually our rest days, but I mean, I'm poor, you know what I mean? I can't afford that, you know. So if I'm not training or getting ready for a fight, I'm working either landscaping with the weed eater all day, which is $120 a day, or I'm either laying carpet for Southeast Flooring, big sponsor, my boss, James Rose. Big shout out, thank you, sir. But other than that, I stay busy, so I can't afford to rest.
Wow.
I mean, Lance always tells me, yeah, your body needs rest, but yeah, man, I mean, hey, that doesn't pay the bills.
Man, much respect. That's to juggle that and to be a successful fighter. I mean, do you find it hard sometimes, or is it just the way it's been?
I find it unbearable most of the time, but you know what I mean. If strong mind, strong body, you know what I mean. If you just you can't just give up and lay down, you know what I mean. Can't do that. I'm not made like that.
Absolutely, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming back on the show. I'm excited for this event. As V3 returns to Nashville, we'll have their whole card posted.
Yes,
we talked to your training partner, Cromwell Stewart. Do you get nervous for your opponents when they fight? Because he says he gets more nervous to watch you guys fight than really his own fight.
Actually, we all get nervous, man. We have a lot of love for each other, so we know our weaknesses, we know our strengths. You know what I mean? When we're training, we talk to each other. Hey, you're a little nervous? Yeah, I'm a little nervous. Not yet. You know what I mean? Oh no, that'll come in a couple of days. But yeah, absolutely, man, all the time. Little Cromwell, that dude's crazy. I don't know how someone so little could be so powerful.
For sure, man. For sure. I've been watching him for a while now. Listen, thank you so much for doing this. Excited that you're back in there. I can't wait to see where this crazy road takes you. Before I let you go, though,
right.
You mentioned a sponsor. Here's your time to shout out anybody that's helped you get ready for this fight, sponsors, whatever it is, man. The floor is all yours.
All right. Well, Sean, Lance, thanks for working with me. I love you guys. All my training partners, Langston, Joe, Cromwell, 615, the champ. Ben Brewer, all the above, people coming out from Murfreesboro, thanks for all that. Southeast Flooring, boss man James Rose, appreciate all the love, all the support. Other than that, my mom, family, and all them, I love you guys. Jenny, big shout out, she's in Ackworth, Georgia. And other than that, thanks for inviting me back on the show.
Fat Boy Undercover makes the cut to 155 this Saturday night. George, thanks so much, man. We'll be watching.
Thanks, sir.
There you guys go. Mr. Medina back in action. I'm telling you, you heard it. This guy, I mean, the grind is real. People talk about the struggle and how things are. I mean, we talked to Jesse Ray Childry earlier. He's working a full-time job. You hear Medina say, there is no rest days. He's chasing that dream, but he's also, there's that reality of just being a human, the responsibilities that we have in our day-to-day. So much respect to all those guys out there that are living the struggle, man, and excelling. That's 2 undefeated guys we've talked to that are putting in 8-10 hours of work, then going to the gym and making it happen. Shout out to Rod Galvin for hooking that up. We'll have more about V3 Thursday night on Pro MMA Now Radio. And like I said, we'll have more on the event over at BluegrassMMA.com. But we're going to go to our last guest. He fights this Saturday, looking to notch back-to-back wins. I believe he's with us right now, Mr. Floyd Cisco. Floyd, what's up, man?
How's it going, man?
Man, it's going great. It's Tuesday night. You got a big fight this Saturday. Tell me, what's going on in your mind right now?
Nothing much, really. Just trying to stay focused, getting this weight off, focusing on my strategy, my technique, and all that.
20 years old. This will be your 4th
Yes,
fight.
Yes.
Walk me through that. You're a young cat. You can't even buy a beer yet you're in there with these savages training. This will be your 2nd fight of 2014. What's that life like for you?
It's actually very rough and long. From going to work, going straight to work from training, and going home, going right to sleep, and waking up and doing it all over again.
Do you ever get jealous? Because I started working early in life, and you see other guys your age out partying. They're out doing whatever they want. Yet you've got a job, then you've got your training that you have to be disciplined about. Like, do you see that and know that what you're doing is making a difference for you?
No, it doesn't really bother me at all, really. I just, it's helping me out, helping me stay out of trouble, keeping me fit, giving me something to do.
Now, you fought for IT Fights back in June, slapped on that rear naked choke in the first round. Your first 2 fights went to decision. How have you progressed as a fighter, from your first fight last year to where you're at now? What's been the biggest difference that you've seen in your fight game?
Really, I've been working just focusing more, because my first 2 fights, I think I rushed into them too fast. I wasn't training like how I was training now. Didn't do what I was supposed to do for my first 2 fights. Went out there and forgot about the whole game plan and all that.
What do you know about your opponent this Saturday? And are you a guy that likes to study the guys you're fighting, or you just kind of go in there with what you know and try to just do you?
I really don't know much about the guy. I mean, I do. I ask for about a few things, what he does, what's his strategy. I mean, what's his strength and stuff. That's about it. Nothing too serious.
How do you see yourself getting your hand raised this Saturday night?
I'm hoping for a TKO.
Bam. First round?
First round, yes, sir.
You talk about, staying busy, working, going to the gym. What do you do for fun? Like, what does the 20-year-old Floyd Cisco do when you do have some free time?
Really, I just hang out with friends, kick it, stay out of trouble, may go like play sports, football, anything, and I coach too, so that's one other thing I usually do on the side.
What do you coach?
I coach diving, wrestling, and soccer.
Wow. At like a school there?
Yeah, I coach high school wrestling.
Wow. So right there, that's got to keep you on your toes, right? I mean, that's got to be a great way to kind of stay active and train in a non-mixed martial arts kind of setting.
Yes, it does, and especially when I have one of the best wrestling coaches in Ohio. So
diving, tell me about that. Is there competitive diving? I didn't know. I mean, I see it in the Olympics, so obviously it's out there. But how'd you get into diving?
It's like parks and it's like during the summertime for like when the like swimming pools are open and stuff for like little kids and all that stuff.
So are you a good diver?
Yes, I'm pretty good. I would say so myself.
What do you have in your arsenal besides the cannonball? Because that's all I got.
I can do some flips, flips forward, backwards, sideways, any way you want me to go, I'm going.
Where are you training at, man? Who are some of the people that are helping you get ready for this fight?
Right now it's majority at Ronin. I was training with Adam DeStavato, and I train with Felix Catherline.
Now there's a wrestling guru, a big guy.
Yes, sir.
Does he work you over? Don't lie.
Oh yeah, he works me super hard.
I can tell. He's got that. What a great guy too. Great guy, and I can imagine he can put you through the ringer.
Oh, definitely.
What's your plans for the rest of the year, man? Not looking past Saturday at all, but how many more times do you see yourself fighting? How active do you want to be?
Well, I want to fight after this one. I'll probably fight as soon as I can again. Hopefully a few more fights in, I can get a title shot at 125. So that's my ultimate goal.
How much weight do you have to cut?
This one, after my last fight, I tried to stay down as much as I could. So I was like 145, 150. So from there.
Damn. I thought you were going to say 135, 133. That's staying down for me. Keeping within that 10-pound range. What's your secret? I guess coming up as a wrestler, you probably have some experience with that. But what's your secret, if you want to tell us, to the weight cut?
I mean, it's really just all about healthy dieting, staying away from carbs, fast foods, and all that stuff, and just making sure you have good self-control.
Shit, how do you do that? I can't do that. There's a fast food restaurant on every corner. And it's cheap.
It's super duper hard. Yeah, it's hard, but you got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely, man. Where do you see this mixed martial arts career taking you? I mean, you have aspirations of going pro. Is it just a hobby right now? What's this mean for you in the bigger picture?
I mean, if it takes me pro, I will definitely go on that path. But right now, I'm just working on my amateur career, trying to get all my techniques together and making sure I get everything right. No more losing.
And just getting to be old enough where you could buy beer at the after party.
Yeah. Exactly.
Man, thank you. I'm sorry about the confusion earlier. Aaron Garrett, I blame him. He's I don't know. No, really, he's a great guy. You fought for IT Fight back in June. What was your experience like then, man? Because they, I feel like they go the extra mile trying to make fighters feel accommodated.
Oh, yes. The IT Fight Series is a great promotion. That's why as soon as I heard they having another fight, another promotion, I got right on it. Aaron Garrett's a great guy. He's a great promoter, and he's a pretty good fighter as well, I see.
Don't see his head's swelling up right now. He's hearing you say that. He's getting all cocky. Probably going to go try to fight Cain Velasquez or something. Who knows? I'm sure he appreciates that though. Well, man, thank you so much. We'll be there Saturday. We're looking forward to seeing you fight. Before I let you go, I want to give you a chance to give any thank yous, any shout outs, anything you want to throw out there.
Oh yes, I just want to shout out to all my drill partners, all my coaches, family, friends that are going to be at the fight Saturday. And thank everybody that's going to be there supporting me.
Where can we find you out there on the internet? You got a Twitter account, Facebook page? Where can we go stalk you at?
I have a Facebook. Facebook is Floyd Cisco. Yeah. I don't really get on Twitter that much.
You're going to have
I have
to,
an Instagram.
man. Oh,
I have an Instagram. Yeah.
Any good pictures?
Oh, all the great pictures.
It's not all food, is it?
Oh, no, I wish.
Is that Floyd Cisco as well on Instagram?
Oh, no, that's underscore ASAP Jesus underscore.
One more time.
Underscore ASAP Jesus underscore.
There you go. Well, man, thank you so much. We'll be there Saturday. Until then, take care. Enjoy shedding that extra weight, and best of luck.
Thank you.
There you guys go. Floyd Cisco. Big fight. Looking to notch back-to-back wins under the IT Fights promotion, and that just about does it for tonight.
Do you know what's scary?
What?
So, for the listeners out there, and in the switchboard, we can put names associated with numbers. So, tonight, under my name, I put Jesus. And that's just too funny that his Instagram name is ASAP Jesus. I feel like I'm a fortune teller. I can foresee the future. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Is that like the vibe? Is that the vibe we've got going on tonight? Like maybe we're both psychic?
Oh, crap, I forgot. Yeah, you mentioned that you're going to call the finishes.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Maybe it is. I think one of us
say
probably needs to play the lottery.
But that we know that's not going to happen in Ohio because of their silly rules.
I mean, technically you can still get it. It just won't count towards the victory.
Yeah. I didn't.
Be disqualification.
For those that pay attention, I didn't mention the silly weigh-ins or anything like that. So
that is the first. I give you a golf clap right now.
Well, that doesn't sound like a golf clap, Juan.
Well, I don't know what else it would sound like. You dirty gutter mind. This is a clean family program.
It's not really. It's not. It's real talk.
Third hour is.
The third hour, yeah. I don't know if I can do this.
That's fine. I know. That's fine.
You don't want to do it either.
Nah, not really.
Aaron's busy. He don't want to do it. We didn't have a fourth member of the panel, so I gotta get some. Dude, my sleep. Yeah, I told you about what happened Saturday night. I'm all jacked up, ready to stay up late. I wrote, counting Bluegrass MMA, I wrote 7, 8, 9, like 11 articles on Saturday, fight recaps and such. Then I was gonna do the live play-by-play of boxing, and I'm telling you, I was jacked up. I talked to you the whole way while you were going home.
Yeah, that you did.
We were talking. We were up, like posting articles at 2 a.m. But my sleep schedule was destroyed.
Are you back to normal yet?
No, I thought I was going to do it last night, but then my wife, her friend came over, and I just couldn't go to sleep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen your wife went school supply shopping at midnight.
Yeah. Crazy.
Freaking
guys,
right.
Thanks everybody so much. We had a great lineup tonight. Jesse Ray Childry, Dustin Short. I feel like, the first time I interviewed Adam Fritz, he wasn't much of a talker. I feel like we could maybe unleash the beast inside Dustin Short and he could talk.
You're cutting out, but yes, I believe we can mold Dustin into what? Actually, you know what our goal should be? We should mold people into being like Nate Landwehr or the other guy, his counterpart down in Florida, Miami Beach. I always forget his name.
Shaba Bonus.
Shaba Bonus, yes. Those two are probably my favorite people to chat with.
Most entertaining. Guys, don't forget, like our Facebook page, facebook.com/BluegrassMMA. We're on Twitter @BluegrassMMA. You can come back. We're on Instagram @BluegrassMMA. You can come back and listen to this right here on Blog Talk Radio, on Stitcher, on Live Sportscaster, on iTunes, whatever. Shout out to Bangtown Fightwear for their love and support. Also to Audible.com. Remember, audibletrial.com/pro MMA now. Get yourself a free audiobook and 30 free days. That's about it. Juan, enjoy your trip to Lima. We'll have more on that event if Juan decides to ride anything. If not, that's fine. They probably don't need the promotion anyway. Just kidding. We finally got their fight card, so we'll get something out on that. Trotter Legacy, some fight previews on that. And, we'll be back next week. We've got Hard Rock MMA the next week. Where are you going to be? I feel like there's something else on August 9th.
The greatest promotion in all the world. Just kidding. It's good, though. Gladiators in the Cage. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Stage AE with my boy Chris Dunn fighting on the card. I'm super excited for that fight.
That's a tough fight, man. That's a tough fight. That's going to be good.
I hate that fight. I absolutely hate it with a passion. I wish
guys?
neither fighter. Yeah, I love both fighters. He's fighting Dominic Mazzata. That's going to be a phenomenal fight between these two. I just wish it wouldn't happen. I seriously don't, because I like both of them. It's like seeing your two best friends. It's like, Gary, if you were to step in the cage against Jess Ray. No, it's not. I don't want to see Jess Ray win easily, hands down. No question.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody who wants to be my friend here. Who's this wanting to be my friend on Facebook? Oh, Lord, that's got to be a spam account. I'll send you the picture of this person. All right. Hard Rock MMA next week. Brandon Hurst making his professional debut finally. Yeah, lots of good stuff between now and like the middle of August. And then I don't know what else there is. We live in the moment here. Live in the moment. Can't be too far ahead of ourselves.
Exactly.
We love you all. Thanks to our great guests. Thanks to Aaron Garrett, IT Fights. Thanks to Rod and George from V3. It's going to be a great weekend. You guys go out there, enjoy it. Come back next Tuesday for all new lineup. And who knows what kind of funny shit I'm going to say to Juan. See you.
That's true.
You're listening to the Ohio Valley's You've been listening to the Ohio Valley's #1 source for MMA, broadcasting on the ProMMANow.com radio network. Brought to you by Bangtown Fightwear, Bluegrass MMA Live. Join your host Juan Valley and Gary Thomas again for Bluegrass MMA Live. And remember, fighters first, fans always.